For years, for so long time, I've been living in this with this deep thought that I did not deserve to be with other people. I did not deserve to have good friends. I did not deserve to believe in myself, and I didn't deserve to have a community. And I was living in this thought that what I deeply deserved, and was to live alone. And uh, yeah, so living alone for a long time of my life and never truly believe that I deserve really deep intimate connections. And yeah, it's been a very long period of my life. Right now, I'm sitting in a garden and I'm sitting in the evening sun and summer. It's really warm and it's high season where everything is blooming. And this garden, which I've been showing a little bit in my on my Instagram, is part of a collective I'm living in now. And our vision with the collective is to experience, create, build a regenerative and loving community, which has two aspects. Is the loving part, is the to live in harmony within ourselves, within each person, each individual, but also living in harmony with each other. So I'm living in harmony with me, and I'm also experiencing and exploring how it is to live in harmony with others. So it's the individual, but also it's the whole together. It is also how we meet other people that is coming and visiting this collective. And how are we living in harmony with people that's outside the collective? So it's a harmony inside the individual. It's a harmony between the individual and the other part of the community, the collective. And also it's a harmony and love how we meet everything that is coming into the collective. So individual, group, collective, and then bigger group or local community. So that's love. And then it's a regenerate. And regenerative means, for me, is a word that means to regenerate, to generate something anew. And for me, it's like a feeling inside of me where I feel that I regenerate a capacity to be there for myself and care for myself. I regenerate a lightness in my body and regenerate the inner landscape of our bodies and the earth around us. So that's the values. So the garden here is an example where we compost our food. We give organic matter back to the soil. We get horse manure from a local horse stable and to bring nutrients back. And we take care of the soil because we understand, at least I understand, that I am part of the soil and I am not disconnected from it. It's really a part of me. And the more I take care of the soil, the more I give nutrients to the soil, the more the soil naturally gives back to me because it just comes through the vegetables. So yeah, it's a love and a regenerative. And that's the foundation of a working collective. Not necessarily love and regenerative, what we're doing here, but it is the values. And anyone that is interested in the topic of community or collective or living together, in my experience, it is that the most important thing is the foundation. If you don't have a good foundation, in my experience, it will get difficult. If the people in the collective are with with the foundation, everyone is agreeing to the foundation. That can be something can build up on top of that. So it's kind of like, at least how I look at it, is like the foundation is the beingness. What are we choosing to be towards ourselves, the individual, towards the collective, the group, and towards the outer world outside the collective? So in my collective, where I live now, we have chosen to use to be love or to practice to be love. And that's a continuous exploration. So it's not something we're like, oh yeah, I am gonna be love and that's done now. No, 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 no. It's a continuous exploration and figuring out how it works. Because like who do you know how to live in a collective? I don't know how to live in a collective. That's why I'm here. So we need to try and do it. And for me, I at least I understand I understand the importance of the beingness and values as the foundation. That's like the search. So that's really clear for me. And then the doingness is kind of coming a little bit out of it. So what are you? What do you do? I mean, what do you do if you want to be love or be regenerative? How are you seeing another person? How are you giving a handshake? How are you hugging? How are you looking in the other person's eye if you want to experiencing being in love and being regenerative or whatever you want to be? So that's really the questions we are working with this community, and it's um it's an exploration. It's nothing we don't have the answers. This whole garden is an experiment of trying to figure out what works and then doing that. And we see it works to take care of the soil. So we take care of the soil. We see it works to have sharing circles. So that's a little bit of the practical parts of the collective. I can get into it. So yeah, I just want to go back to like the foundation. I think it's so important. So figure out the foundation, figure out the values, and bring people into that. And it's totally allowed to to try and then change of also. And but I think it's important that everyone is brought into this. If you have one or two friends that you want to start something with, it's very good to just start with them. But start with the foundation and the values and the beings. That's really my take on this. What you do with the collective is actually less important. The beingness is really the most important. And the next thing I have in living successfully with with other people is being seen. Is to create a space where feelings can be seen and felt and cared for. Whereas in people, in the collective, individual people, a space where these worries, these feelings, and maybe the tension can come up, be felt and seen and understood. And for me, like the word sharing circle is just perfect because sharing circles for me are a place where we physically sit in a circle, all the collective together. We are working on now summer, so it's a little bit less now because everyone is a little bit everywhere. We are once a month having a sharing circle. And a sharing circle is a place where feelings can come up and difficulties between the collective can be taken up and communicated, having a space to be seen and felt and understood. And yeah, mostly, at least in my experience here at our collective, we are having a a space where I can, for example, say that what I deeply feel in me. For example, I can say like, yeah, I was meeting this person, and then I had these difficulties, and I feel there's a little bit tension in the community, and I can directly say something to one other in the circle, and I can say something else. But the key is like we keep to the feelings, and we do not keep it. We do not bring in practicalities in the collect, like for example, dishing routines. So the sharing circle is a sacred place where each everyone the person that is currently saying something in the circle is having all attention to them, and they usually have like a talking stick or something like that. And then when I, for example, my turn to say, I will talk and I will say what I feel like saying, and then everyone in the circle are just there to listen. And that's very important. So you practice speaking from your heart and your feelings, and you also practice to listen. And then that's the thing. So I think like just getting better and better at communicating, like communication is really key. And yeah, that's it. And I'm just feeling into my thoughts where they're going next. The community foundation, we worked on that, and then listening, being seen, the sharing circle, feeling safe. It's such an important thing. And I'm not even coming to anything you do. I'm just like, just imagine going to a place to, and you feel safe. You feel that you're seen. You feel that there's a calmness to the place. You feel that place with like you can be yourself. And that's just so nice. And I really want to experience that. So I'm kind of, I guess I'm creating a space here where I can feel that and I can experience it. And it also affects other people. And it's like to create a successful and thriving community. These things are just so important. If you don't focus here first, I deeply believe that you will fail. If you, for example, go another way, you just start with the practicalities and the structure of everything. And you don't think about the values, you don't think about the vision, you don't think about creating some kind of system where people are seen and the sharing and the feelings and the being felt and feeling secure. And you just go straight to like practicalities and then dishing routine. I I uh, I feel it's just not gonna work because it's just gonna become very difficult. Because if I don't feel safe, I cannot express myself. If I cannot express myself, I'm closing in and I'm not trusting. So this is just so important. So yeah, we have a lot of good structure in our community, and that is going a little bit into the practicalities. But this is different from person to person and people to people and collective to collective. But in my personal experience, structure is very important. If things are clean, if things are tidied, and people respect the tidiness, then my experience that here it flows very beautifully. Because at least I function very badly if there's a lot of stress or clutter around me, and maybe you don't, so it's less important. But when you actually live together, it's these cleaning routines, these more mundane things, just becomes very important. And having tidiness and caring for the house, like the house is a beautiful spirit. It's energy. It is. It is a box. It is a being that invites you into their heart, and that's just so beautiful. And I just when I just watching this house, I feel so much love because I want to take care of it because it's my home, right? So cleaning it is like with the soil, like when I look at the soil, like I look at me because I'm from the soil when I was born, and I look at the wood in the house. That is me, or it is me in another form, and I want to take care of me, and I want to take care of the house because I feel safer. And that means washing, it means tidying, it means practicing giving love and care and affection. So that's my view, at least. And I feel like we function really well when we clean and we tidy and we have structure and we have enough shelves and room where we have chosen where we put stuff, and everyone has been green like this is going there, and here we have the label for the fridges and the cupboards and the shelves and stuff like that. Yeah, that's this just feels very important. Mm. And then this might feel what I'm saying here might feel very green and a little bit hippie, but I feel like these principles are can apply to anything or anywhere. And the last thing that comes to mind is now my mind is a little bit is having something to that is a little bit that is bigger than the individual person and that is bigger than the collective. Something to rally behind and something to follow. And we in our collective we follow something called Vika tradition. It's a modernization of the Germanic way of celebrating the seasons, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's close. And I got this inspiration from another friend in the collective, and we've been slowly practicing inviting in the celebration of the Vika tradition into our collective. So now it's summer, so it's past now, but midsummer was the 20th of June, I think, or 21st. And that is like the when the sun is at its tallest, brightest, and most beautiful and radiant, the most aliveness. And you have the opposite of that, which is Yule, also a Viking tradition, which where is that the sun is at its lowest and is the darkest period. Maybe not the coldest, but at least the darkest period. And it's also a rebirth. At Yule is also a rebirth of the sun because the sun is slowly starting to change to become a bit more active each day. And when you come back to midsummer, it is changing again. So it's this circular way of living. And I'm not necessarily preaching this way of living, but I'm just explaining it a little bit so you can understand my point. Because my point is that when the collective are rallying behind something that feels a little bit more bigger than the collective itself, a lot of momentum are built. And that can be anything. It doesn't have to be the Wicca tradition. It doesn't have to be hippie rainbow songs that we sometimes sing here, or me talking about that I am the soil. It can be anything. The importance I feel is like it is like the rallying behind. And we in our collective here, we rally behind the garden a lot, and we grow tomatoes, we grow cucumber, we grow zucchini, which is a little bit like it is a variety or a crossbreed between zucchini and pumpkin. Tastes not so much, but it's quite good. We grow climbing peas, we grow climbing beans, we grow this is mustard seeds, really beautiful. And we grow something called sunroot, we grow potatoes and sunflowers, and just so many different things, and carrots and beetroots and chard. And we grow a lot of flowers for the bees. That's new this time. We grow uh, yeah, all these different things, and this is uh, this is something that we as a collective are rallying behind, and it creates a lot of momentum and togetherness feeling for us. So I strongly recommend to have a garden in the collective. It's just like it's so much fun and it's so much enjoyable, and you get so much joy from working with the soil in my experience. Yeah, my thoughts are running towards beauty. And for me, I've been using a lot of time to create beauty in our collective, which I felt once that no, I didn't feel it. I heard it from a guru. I went to like this a little bit very cool yoga festival in Sweden for many years ago, and there was this guru that said like, love is coming from beauty. When you have beauty, you have a place or platform where love can emerge. And I see this so much in nature. Like I see beauty so much like everywhere. We have the most beautiful sunrises here. We have so much beauty, and I feel like when I invite beauty into my heart and into the surroundings around me, I it just feels that beauty is such an important part to feel the joy, to feel that it is nice to live here. So yeah, create beauty around you. Have creative evenings with the collective to draw, to paint, to color things, and make things your own and own it yourself. That feels so important for us. And it also invites small places where the collective can come together. Collective dinners is a really important thing, I think. And making food together, collaborating, and I'm like singing songs. Even it's like drum circles, jamming together, and yeah, I am sitting on a platform which I built myself also. We used some pallets and just made it very nice. And yeah, me like building is really important. And yeah, I'm going into another topic now, which this video is about. This is me, my brain is like, oh, new topic, oh, new topic, oh, that's great. And this new topic is the ability to follow your heart in some way, the ability to follow what you feel you want to do. And anytime there comes a new person into this house, I'm just saying like, what do you want to do? What do you want to, what feels important for you to do? You don't have to do anything. That's the first thing. You don't have to do anything. There's no must, there's no should, there's no like, you are bad if you don't follow the rules. Just moving off that and just like asking so many times, what do you feel like doing? What is pulling you? What is important? And my idea, at least, is that when for a successful collective, you want to be in the collective because you want to be there, right? There should be some spark inside the body in each individual person that says, I want to be here because this is a place where I can follow my dream. I can explore what my dream is. I can follow my heart. I can follow my passion, and I can do what I feel like I want to do. And there's not an external part saying that you have to do this in this way. And then people are here because they want to be here. People, the collective, are in your collective because they want to be in your collective, not because they think they have to. And that, I feel, is also another very important thing. It's that the people living in your collective, when you build it, when you create it, is that they are there because they want to be there. You can just ask yourself, like, what do you want to do in a collective? For me, it's very much building stuff. It's just a joy. Building shelves, shelves everywhere and sticks everywhere and making structure with the sticks. Hashtag stick nation. Stick joy. Oh my god, I just love sticks. I love walking in the forest, just like getting sticks having a very good deal with the local farmer. I'm allowed to harvest a little bit, and very grateful for that. And growing vegetables. And the point is like I am here. Here is a space that I have found, uh, that I can use that space to follow my joy, follow my heart, follow my feelings, what I feel like doing. And I get so much satisfaction from it that like I just don't want to go away. And this is also a perfect place where I can talk, create videos, because that's something that's really feel important to me. And but this is different from person to person, and there's no right way. What I'm doing is not better than anyone else. The point is that I am here because I feel like I want to be here. And then I invest genuinely into the collective. I do it because there's a feeling or an interest inside me. There's a flame inside me that drives me. There is not an external person that motivates me. I am motivating myself. And when the whole collective is motivating their individual selves, then it's really start going. And that's really, really, really freaking cool. When, oh, you just, you know that feeling? Maybe you don't, but it's like, it just, and it's for me, it's like in the stomach, like, and it is so nice. Um, it's difficult living in collective, definitely. Maybe it's, yeah, like I'm getting so much triggered by people. I see parts of myself which I didn't think were there. And it is a personal growth journey, definitely, because you live so close to people, and it is difficult. But it's also you're getting more used to it. And yeah, I think that's what I have now, at least for a functional community, which I feel is important. And in my experience tell me this is really important. And yeah, so live in a community because you want to live there. Go away. Don't live in a community if you feel like you have to. That's what I would do, and live in it because you feel you genuinely want to, and are inspired to live there.